Baby,
Yes, sir.
I'm about to make your coffee, okay?
Okay, babe.
What time is your session?
About 15, 20 minutes.
That gives me a little time. Do I know who's coming over?
Yes, baby. That actually gives me a little time to probably take a sip of my coffee as well. Nay is coming so we can talk more about her book.
Oh, it's Nathan.
Oh, yeah.
Can you have me the milk, please?
Yes.
I didn't mean to ask you. Is it fun having a barista for your husband?
For sure. Like, my best part of you making my coffee is the froth.
Get you in that froth.
That's why I bought the frother, baby.
You get more excited for that froth than you do for me.
Don't say that. Like, really, Joaquin? Really? It's something about the foam, baby.
See what I'm saying?
It's
See
the
what I'm
froth.
saying? See the way you just described that froth? Now describe me.
Why you
My
do
point is
that?
that.
Like,
My
in the
point is
moment,
that.
I can't.
Like
Like, in this moment, we're talking coffee. We're not talking coffee.
Like the way you fix it. Get your hand off me.
Yeah, I like the strength of the coffee.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, how you ready for your session?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Is she ready?
Yeah, I think she's ready to kind of truly get into what we're getting into with her. We're at the mid stage of her project that we're working on together. So, and as a grief recovery counselor, I'm having so much fun with her being a grief client of mine. It was like so fulfilling to see her transition
And walk it out.
and utilize what she has been through. And now she's really about to take that next step of manifesting it into what she's always wanted to do. I think that's the thing that I'm most proud of with her, is that she's willing to bring it all together and say, I'm gonna do this. When I talk about Christine and the old versus the new, baby, Christine was hard. Like, when I tell you, trying to break brick down from the brick and the mortar and all of the stuff that contains breaking down a wall, she wasn't budging. She was not moving. She was set in her ways. She wanted to do what Christine wanted to do. Because she had been so in this place of what everybody felt like she should be doing, who everybody felt like she should be with, when she first came on the scene as a grief recovery client. As far as Christine is concerned, it's just truly watching her make it manifest, her be committed to it this time around. We've tried once, we've tried twice, and this time when she called me that night, I was like, I'm gonna hold you to the fire this time.
Yeah.
I told her I'm not gonna let you walk out of it this time, because I've watched her grow so much. From a grief recovery client now to a business client. It has truly, which one?
Yeah.
The coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me say this. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you for walking this season, really stretching yourself,
Oh,
and allowing other people to be stretched. Will you hand me the frother, please?
I will hand you frother.
I'm gonna throw this. I swear I'm gonna throw it away one day.
Don't throw my frother.
You like this?
Stop.
I'm just asking you the frother. This is your purchase.
Yeah.
No. Does Nathan, is she gonna want any coffee?
She'll probably want to bang.
Okay.
Yes, that looks really good.
Yeah, it does, Stacey.
It does.
That's my secret sauce.
But she should be here shortly.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna grab that and I'm gonna head on downstairs.
All right.
Okay. You need anything from me today?
No.
All right. Love you.
Wash your froth and wash the dishes.
Okay.
Right.
All right, babe.
Hey, tell Nate when she gets here, we'll place her bang on the cabinet. She can come get it, okay?
Absolutely.
So it'll be right here for her.
All right. Thank you.
All right, baby.
Humility in my eyes. That local love. Trust. Local love. Communication. That local love. Humility. Local love. That local love.
So before I jump into the project,
I met Joaquin and Stacey 3 years ago when they were transitioning from Memphis to Birmingham. Stacey was really rude. Joaquin was amazing. And we went from being, I guess, friends to I was her grief client. And then from there, I became a business client.
I actually have a question, and I want you to be real with me because you know that's the only way we know how to be.
Oh, Lord, okay.
Okay? How are you? Like, how are you doing for real?
I'm good now.
Now, meaning?
I'm really good. I'm really happy. I really have nothing bad to say about me right now. That's a shocker. I'm probably in one of the best places I've been in 4 years.
Good for you. And I can tell just via the last phone call, when I got the text message and I picked up the phone and called you immediately. For some reason, just in those words you sent me via text, I knew there was a sense of urgency.
What'd I say?
When you said I'm ready.
Oh, yeah. I was ready. He was like, you gonna write it? I was like, yeah, I'm writing. He was like, you sure? I was like, yeah, let's do it.
So with this project, and before I show you chapter 3 that you've been working on now for a while, what chapters would you say have been the hardest? They have been a struggle for you to write.
3 and 6.
Why?
3 is like my breaking point. It was like the really, really, really hard part. 6 is the pain behind the breaking point. So 6 is like something I really don't want to talk about.
And that's why I waited to send you. You was like, Stacey, when are you sending me 3, 4, and 5? When are you sending me 3, 4, and 5? Because you did such a great job giving me what you wanted in those specific chapters. But chapter 3, I knew had so much more. And so as I went through, did some editing, and I changed up a few things. I kept everything that you wanted to portray in chapter 3. I kept it. I did a little bit of feeling, okay? And I personally inserted you into the story. And here's why. I've been working with you for over a year now. And when we went through grief recovery, I know that there was a fear of bringing this story to life.
So my book is titled More Than Enough. And the purpose of this book is to shed light on the pain and my why. Like, what is my purpose and how I decided to live my truth. Because for a long time, I was living for everyone else. And I needed to start to live for me. So I chose to write the book. Stacey and I have been through this 3 times. And so we decided that, hey, let's be committed to this and be consistent. So that's how we came up with More Than Enough.
And I also want you to be comfortable in that skin while you're doing it. And
you want me to seem soft?
It's not that I want you to seem soft, but at some point, how do you speak to your target market when you're not truly being vulnerable?
I feel like people can get to me when they find a weakness or a soft spot. So I don't allow many people to see me vulnerable. And that's why it's so important for me to not be vulnerable. Now, in this new chapter in my life where I am being vulnerable in my relationship and with my book, people get to see a side of me that most people don't know. I don't like that word. And I don't like being vulnerable. But this is the most vulnerable that everybody in my life will get at this very point.
Is that I'm telling you, I don't ask my clients to do anything I didn't do. When I wrote Total Surrender, I had to lay it all out there. I truly had to surrender everything. My life, my leadership, my children, my marriage, everything. I had to lay it on the line. So in that, I had to be transparent.
I don't have an issue being transparent. We know that.
You said what?
I don't have an issue being transparent. We know that.
But you had, and when I read your notes, when I read what you had already written, you had a difficult time being transparent and vulnerable in chapter 3.
Yeah, because I was broken. That was a really hard part in my life. And I don't really like to talk about, I don't like hard conversations. You know, that I don't like difficult stuff. I don't like being exposed.
And so when I read this, and I want you to read the first 2 paragraphs that I kind of tweaked a little bit, okay? If there's anything in there you want me to change, just be honest with me and say, Stacey, I don't want it put like this. And when I was editing Christine's book and I started reading chapter 3 that she had already written me and some notes she shared with me, I saw Christine was not digging deep enough. And I wanted to see her become open. I didn't want her to stay so closed. So when I wrote those first 2 paragraphs, I knew that it would open her up to something different. Okay?
Okay.
Because it's in your face. But I feel like it's you. It's real.
Okay, Stacey.
Okay? There you go.
Really, Stacey? Oh my God.
But this is you.
The world ain't supposed to see this me.
But do you know how many people your age and even older that have experienced this, that have walked through this, that have done this very thing that this chapter starts out with, that you will be able to speak to? You'll let them know they're not alone.
I really don't like you. Like, I really don't.
I know.
I don't cry. You know I'm a thug in real life. This is not it.
I know you a thug.
This ain't it. Okay. Yeah, that's good. You gotta change it.
That's good. I don't have to change it.
Chapter 3 is titled Gracefully Chosen. Chapter 3 is difficult for me to write and talk about because it was one of the hardest parts of my life to go back and relive. So from the time I was about 7 months pregnant up until Kanaya was 2, I went through the most drastic changes, walking into motherhood, becoming a woman, leaving my mother's home for the second time, and deciding who I was and what my purpose was in life. So it's titled Gracefully Chosen because my daughter's name is Kanaya Grace, and we decided that she was my grace that held me together and that brought me from a lot of dark places, because prior to me getting pregnant with her, I was going down a promiscuous path. So getting pregnant with her after I was told I could not have kids basically was that icing on the cake.
Why was it a struggle, though, to bring it to life like that?
Because I don't like to be soft. I don't like to be vulnerable for people. I like to paint this facade like I'm really hard.
Put together?
Yeah. Like I don't have no issues. And I have a lot of issues, you know. And I'm handling them differently in this season, writing this. But I never would have put that like that for everybody to see and hear. And it's like, oh, okay. Kristen really is, emotional, and she's not this nonchalant, dismissive person that she tries to be. That's not truly who I am. But chapter 3, that's what they get to see how I got there. And 6 is the pain of how I got to 3, like what I had to go through to get to that.
6 is them seeing this here.
Yeah, they don't get
We're
much
writing.
of this. Yeah. We don't let too much of this out. Mm-hmm. No eyelashes gonna come off, Stacey.
One of the things that I know is that you trust me.
Yeah, a whole lot, because all my business.
Mm-hmm. And I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that you trusted me enough to allow me to work on this project with you. You are a published author.
Mm-hmm.
We speak those things that aren't as though they were.
Yeah. I manifested this moment. It took a lot. The third time was the charm. I actually wrote it and finished it this time.
Yes.
But it took a lot to get there.
We're midway into this project, and I am not going to let you give up. I will come to your job and I will spend 2, 3, 4 hours there if I have to make you right, to get it out of you, to draw all of that pain out so that we can plant the new seeds and you begin to experience your joy, your peace, and everything that you said you wanted to be.
Yeah, I'm everything I said I would be.
The thing that sticks out to me the most is when you said I am at the happiest that I've been in 4 years.
Yeah, because I chose me. I chose not what everybody else wanted Kristen to do. I chose everything. I chose my walk this time. Even in my relationship, even with Kanaya and all of the toxic things that my family would let continue, I was like, okay, this is it. So co-parenting is not toxic. My relationship with him is not toxic. None of my relationships are toxic. I don't give anybody that much control over my peace anymore. So that's why it was easier this go around to write the book, because the last conversation, me and my grandfather had before he passed was, do it make you happy? He was like, stop living for us. So I lived for everybody else for 23 years. And so when I got to 24, it was like, all right, y'all, this is it. I'm going to do this for Kristen now. So no, I'm not going to college. No, I'm not. I'm not going to work for somebody else for 40 years. I'm not going to keep all of the family secrets and say, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell my part, and whatever my perception of you at that time in my life, that's just what my perception was. Now you can change my perception, but this is me. This is what I choose to do. This is the person I choose to be every day. I don't really care if you like it or not.
That's good. How much of that will you say grief recovery helped you truly capture?
A lot. Because we kind of went from, when I started grief recovery, I was at home with my mom. Kanaya was 1 or 2. I was in a not so healthy relationship. All of my family was so involved in my next move. And my relationship with my mom had took a turn that I didn't like. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to step back and take away. And you even said, when you're not under the same roof, you get different results. So my relationship with my mom is a whole lot better. We still got some boundaries to work out. Because that's my best friend, but that's just, I think, growing pains. But all of my relationships since grief recovery have been better, even in choosing my
That's good.
now relationship. Because, in grief recovery, I went from, I'm breaking up, so I'm going through my whole phase, to now it's like, he done sat me down and we're developing this thing. Cause I did, and you was like, Kristen, this whole phase won't last long. And I was like, it's gonna last as long as I want. Everybody got day of the week. And it went from a day of the week to be there every day with a key. Mm-hmm. Somebody in my space.
Somebody in your space.
Every day. But it's helped. It's healthy. And I have those moments where I be like, yeah, I wouldn't have done this without Stacey. Yeah. You know, Joaquin definitely helped develop, I guess, this book and who I am and walking into being okay with being committed. Like, that's where I am in my life. I'm committed.
That's right. You're committed to Kristen Nay. You're committed to these things that you've already said, this is what I want my life to be. This is what I want my life to look like. And you are committed. And truly, that one text message that said, I'm ready, told me that.
Because you just was like, one of the last sessions before I became business, you said, I want you to write down everything that you want to see. And I remember writing that prayer, and I did the affirmations, and everything that's happening right now, I'm doing every single thing. And you was like, you don't have to go through this phase. And I chose to go through this phase, my whole phase, because it helped develop who I am. Like, it wasn't necessarily a promiscuous stage. It was more of a stage where I wanted to see what I wanted and see if it was going to work for me. So from, August to December. And it still was one consistent person, and it was still a little toxic. And then I took a break, and then I told you February, I met him, and you were like, okay, so where's it going to go? And here we are, and it's like, yeah. I guess, Joaquin was like, yeah, she can't stay here. She can't stay right here.
We gotta help move her on. But I promise you, I'm so proud to watch this progress that you've made, because I see a different Kristen A.
Oh yeah, you got to see the good, the bad, and now I think I'm stepping into, like you said, this committed, consistent season of being the author and, I guess, preparing to be a wife.
The great mother.
The mother.
The daughter. The friend.
I'm a better mother than I've been. Because, I used to say I'm a part-time mom.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not a part-time mom anymore. I think I've become a whole lot better.
No, you have become.
I have become a whole lot better. It's been difficult.
I told you in the beginning, I said, this is not going to be easy. And I told you, I'm going to ask a lot of you, and I'm going to hold you to the fire. And when you needed your break, I gave you a break.
We did take a break.
I gave you your time.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that you came back. And I am so humbled that you chose me as one
I don't
of
think
those
I
people.
chose you. I think you were purpose. Because I wanted to be done with you. I'm not a woman of second chances. It's not like one of those things I'm going to be like, yeah, everybody come back. I don't give too many people too many chances. So, yeah, it was definitely like purpose. Yeah. I like you today. Might not like you after this, but I like you right now.
Yeah. Well, you didn't like me 5 minutes ago.
I didn't.
You did. But yeah, I thank you for that, though. Yeah. We got this.
We do.
This is going to be amazing.
It is.
Okay.
You don't write no more chapters like that now. You got to portray me to be the thug that I am.
I'll put some of that thuggish, ruggish bone in there, but I don't know about too much more of it.
I don't need all that vulnerable stuff, because we ain't finna have me at all my books signing and crying.
Yes,
do that.
We'll see. On the next episode of That Loper Love, the season finale.
Take two. Yeah, take two. I've been waiting all my life to do that.
Hey, this coffee is hot.
So are you.
this one's good. Oh yeah, this is good. Hey, got one for you. What do you call a nun in a wheelchair? Virgin Mobile.